So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running.
Roberto Carlos, Peter, might have had more of an impact on the world game than any other fullback before or since.
In what regard?
Well, with his pace, skills and his overlapping runs, he effectively revolutionised the role. He turned the fullback into a vital attacking weapon. It inspired so many players to be just like him.
Looking for a runner. Neatly clipped into space. Massaro! And he's done it!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And he's intervened well there. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And the pass is intercepted. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. That's an imaginative pass. That ball looks a good one. Oh, that's a fine interception. Vieira. Messi. Threads one in. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And that's a dangerous ball. And here's Rivaldo. Tries to get it clear. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. That looks a good ball through. Messi gets through on his own. Messi has another go! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Throwing. And here's Roberto Carlos. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Zanetti did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And reclaimed it in a trice. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Seedorf can so cleverly bypass the press. And this is Messi. Beckham. And it's made it. There's the shot!
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Oh, he's been caught short, surely! And that is wildly off target.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
No, again there's no way through. It's a searching pass. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And they can counter here. Rivaldo. Maldini cuts it out, and it's Gullit. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Tries to play it through. Gullit. Roberto Carlos delivers. And he's there to clear it.
Milan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset to...
And the shot! Oh, what has happened here? Well, that is one way to stop him.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Maldini. Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. And it's Gullit. Gullit constantly looking for the ball into the box.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
No way through. Seedorf. Gullit. And he can clear it away. And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. So your views on the first half?
OK, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Milan leading 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Milan really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Cafu. Vieira. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Ibrahimovic. This might spell danger. And this is Roberto Carlos. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Maldini. Tries to pass it through. And that could set him on his way. Ball's gone out of play. Maldini. Cross needs to be good. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Bale. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Saliba. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Gullit. Now it's Messi. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Rivaldo gets into a good position. And that's a throw-in.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 24, Messi. El dorsal 11,
Donadoni picks it up out wide.
Seedorf.
Shapes to
Serán
shoot!
sustituidos por el dorsal 9.
I'll tell you, Peter, the
el
keeper
dorsal
owes him big
15,
time there. He's
el
lucky
dorsal
his mate was
7,
wide awake to that.
Beckham. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugador.
And this is Pele. Big chance!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Pele. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Played in by Roberto Carlos. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Cafu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. And here's Ibrahimovic. Great vision. Pele. And it's Beckham. And this is Ibrahimovic. Now it's Kokchu. Massaro. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Nicely shaped ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Cambio de jugadores.
That pass isn't the best. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Looking to play him in, and he welcomes it in. Beckham. Cafu. Ambitious ball here. That's beautifully weighted. Donadoni. And it's Kokchu. Might be danger here. Great chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He has done it! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that. Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing.
Oh, smashing header! It's a goal! Late drama! Late goal! This will be one frantic ending! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Pass somewhat off target.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Could move up a gear here. Beckham. Pele. Now it's Mbappe. Nicely weighted ball. Roberto Carlos delivers. So that's it. It is all over. Milan have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, it's a win that came...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. And as you can see, we've already started here. Bale, making himself the star of this show. Hard to believe, really, that he's already made it up to 300 appearances.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made it to that many appearances myself, but you only need to look around to see not just how much it means to him, but everyone that's here and beyond. This is a huge moment.
Cafu made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Searching pass he's played there. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
It's a searching pass. Pass is just off target. Not the most accurate pass. No, that's been intercepted. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nicely shaped ball. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Gattuso. Cafu. Pelé. Cafu. Now he's got space here. Floated through. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And it's Hullet. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Rijkaard calmly anticipates, threads one in. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Played out wide. Roberto Carlos. Zanetti wins the duel this time. Vieira, under an awful lot of pressure. Great vision. Bale looking to get on the end of this. Massaro is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Nicely worked. Nice interception, well timed. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And this is Ibrahimovic. It's a really well-measured ball. Azar.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Manchester United trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Ibrahimovic. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Probing pass. Oh, delightful ball.
Well, yet another interception, and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Pelé, and claimed it back swiftly. Cafu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Pele really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
He's having a shot! He's delivered all right!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Pele. Looking for a runner. Well read, nice interception. And it's half-time here. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. So, your views on the first half?
OK, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Milan, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And the game has already resumed here. A solitary goal. He's got full! No, not the best of headers.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Kukçu. Ambitious ball here. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He slings it in. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Tries a measured ball. Azar is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Ibrahimovic. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Bale. And there's his chance to lead the counter.
No,
that was never going to make it.
71,550.
That's an imaginative pass. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Rivaldo. He's under a lot of pressure there.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite a real chance! He scored! Manchester United are back on level terms.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
67 minutes is...
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Roberto Carlos gets into a good position. Can he get it through? Crossed in again. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cafu cuts it out. Oh, easy pickings there. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Beckham. He's had it taken off him. Vieira. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Half an hour gone in the second half. Cafu. And here's Ibrahimovic. Now, can they get him away? And this is Ibrahimovic. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Climbs up big! Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is complete! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Rivaldo! Substitution for Manchester United. Number 21.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 6.
Manchester United take the lead.
Number 15.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Number 17. Roberto Carlos.
Milan are making a change. After this, just
Number
one
10,
opportunity to do so.
Romario. Number 9. Pushkash. Number 11. Batistuta.
Milan are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Substitutions taking place.
And he's managed to get free. Oh, truly brave defending.
Well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was stacked against him, and he still came through.
Now it's Donatoni.
Milan really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Forlan really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Maldini going full tilt down the left. And it's Davids.
There will be 3 minutes
Forlan.
added time.
Now it's Romario. Vieira. Looking to play him in. Donatoni. Batistuta. And this is Romario. Romario! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established.